Hi guys, this is Ratchet and we are playing Criminal Case Charlie Time, Case 42, A Pirate's Death for B. Let's unlock sink or swim number 2 and let's just get back to our main objective. Here. Katrina, although we call Blackbeard's killer, this one will no doubt create a power struggle in the Caribbean. Blackbeard's rivals will be fiercely scrambling for command of the Black Sparrow. A war between the pirate factions is the last thing we need as we try to safely navigate towards the auction in Tortuga. Which is why we must figure out who is Blackbeard's rightful heir. Pirates may be outlaws, but they still operate according to a certain code. Honor among thieves, if you will. Ship captains customarily have a deed of ownership stipulating what's to become of their vessel and crew in case of their death. We must find Blackbeard's deed to return the fate of the Black Sparrow. I realize this is important, Orlando. What about that treasure map Lincoln Matutsak spoke about? Should we look for that? Treasure map? We don't even know if that exists. All we have is the word of a cold-blooded killer. Matutsak was convinced the map he stole from Blackbeard would lead to Ratchet's lost treasure. So much so, he was willing to kill for it. Hunting for treasure might not be a bad idea, Private Katrina. If you can spare a moment, I have something of vital importance to discuss. Very well, Captain Shadrach. We should avail ourselves. Meanwhile, Orlando, Private Katrina will join you at the Black Sparrow to look for Blackbeard's deed of ownership. Okay. Okay, let's see what the captain wants. Now, Captain Shadrach, what's of vital importance and how does it involve treasure? I've received some disturbing news regarding the upcoming auction in Tortuga. The East India Company is prepared to bid up to £20,000 to acquire Louis XV's trade routes. However, my sources have informed me that the Egyptians are capable of bidding twice that amount. So unless you really do know where we can find lost treasure, we are doomed. Well, we've yet to determine its veracity, but the man who murdered Blackbeard claims to have hidden a map leading to Rackham's treasure. Rackham's treasure? Why, that's legendary. It's said to be worth a fortune unimaginable. If you could get your hands on that map and find that treasure, Private Katrina, those trade routes are as good as ours. Okay, so it is. Then what are we waiting for? Let's go grill Lincoln Matutsak about that map. If this sheep pans out, Private Katrina, you'll have earned your weekly wages. Thank you. Should I talk? Alright, I'll talk to Lincoln and then go for crime scenes. You again, what you be wanting now? We're here about Ratchet's lost treasure. Where can we find a map you stole from Blackbeard? Why would I tell you that? I hid that map where nobody can find it. When I get out of here, my fortune awaits. You're a convicted murderer. We won't be getting you out of here for a long time. I am a patient man, I wait. And I wouldn't think to look inside that peg leg at the crowds that... Oh, cheese of bread, what am I doing? So you hid the treasure map inside a peg leg at your tavern? Very ingenious. You're right, we probably never would have found it. It doesn't matter. That map won't do you any good. Let's just say you can only read it under the light of a solar eclipse. What? We'll take our chances. Now, Private Katrina, let's go find that map at the tavern. Okay. Treasure hunt. Okay, let's look through the Blackbeard's quarters. Oh, 1 second left. Oh, not gonna get that. God damn it. Let's just continue. There, I just needed some extra 6 seconds. This ship is simply marvelous, Katrina. Standing in the office of Blackbeard himself on the famous Black Sparrow. You're right, I must remain focused. That third document we found does look like a deed of ownership, but it certainly won't be legally valued in such a state. If we are to determine the command of the Black Sparrow, Katrina, we must repair that deed. Okay. Okay, now let's look around the tavern. Let's look for that peg leg. Where's the peg leg? Spend another one. Ah, there it is. I've got to hand to Mr. Ratuzak for letting it slip where he hid Ratchet's treasure map. It must be in that hollowed out peg leg you picked up, Katrina. Let's crack that lock and take a look. Okay. Okay, who gets it? Well done, Katrina. You repaired that deed of ownership. It's a legally binding document once again. You see this word indenture? That's an old-fashioned term for an agreement. So whatever this deed stipulates is set in stone. I'll need some time to examine the specific conditions of this deed. I'll let you know when I'm finished. Okay. And 9 hours for that. Now the peg leg. Oh, there it is. There is a map beside this peg leg, Katrina, but there aren't any markings on it. It doesn't even have a compass to indicate what direction is north. Those islands could be anywhere. Let's have Penelope examine this map, Katrina. If anyone can figure this out, it's her. Okay. Who gets Black Sparrow? Although Blackbeard's deed of ownership is written in English, Katrina, some of the language is very archaic, so I've enlisted Penelope's assistance. You sure don't hear people talking about Orloffs or Dunk Bites in 2029. Now, Black PSD stipulates that in the event of his death, command of the Black Spell shall be passed to his next of kin. Unfortunately, Blackbeard doesn't have any children. However, the document goes on to mention some alternative candidates to succeed Blackbeard as a Black Sparrow's captain. And topping the list is Mary Reed. Oh. Although they were sworn enemies, Blackbeard apparently held a deep respect for Reed's capabilities as a seafarer. And Reed's reputation as an influential pirate is well documented. I find myself in agreement with Blackbeard, Katrina. Command of the Black Sparrow should be given to Mary Reed. That's right. And we certainly know Reed wants to be captain of the Black Sparrow, so I have no doubt she'll accept the job when we offer it to her. That's right. Okay, now the map. Someone went to a lot of trouble to conceal the details of this treasure map, Katrina. But 18th century ingenuity is no match for 21st century technology. How do you mean? First of all, I determined the location of this map by digitally overlaying it across all known topographical records. This is a partial map of the Eastern Caribbean, just 50 nautical miles from Port Braxton. But how does that help us find Ratchet's treasure? There's nothing on here. That's where 18th century ingenuity comes in. To the naked eye, this map has no markings, but they're not reflected on what Mr. Matutsak said, that it was only readable during a solar eclipse. You see, during a solar eclipse, ultraviolet light is intensified. So I asked Theo to view the map under a black light, and voila! You can clearly see a pathway marked to Ratchet's treasure. Oh. This pathway was drawn using a special pigment only visible through ultraviolet light, an archaic form of invisible ink. And if X marks the spot, we should find Ratchet's treasure on this island. Can you believe this, Katrina? We're going on a real-life treasure hunt. Let's show this map to Captain Shadrach so we can set sail. Yeah, treasure hunt. Okay, first let's talk to Mary. Hats off to you, Prior Katrina, for catching Blackbeard's killer. I'm glad that chicken-hearted wretch is behind bars. As are we. We're here to talk to you about Blackbeard's ship, the Black Sparrow. We examined the ship's deed of ownership, and Blackbeard named you as a candidate to succeed him as captain in the event of his death. Well, believe me, that crusty old sea dog was a man of taste after all. I'm honored to accept, but I doubt Blackbeard's crew will be especially welcoming. You saw how that fellow Rags behaved. Rags can hardly argue with the direct orders of his former commander, but I do think there's a way to soften him up. It's pretty clear Rags is partial to some liquid courage. Perhaps if you gave him a bottle of Port Braxton's finest whiskey, he'd warm up to the idea. Prior Katrina and I will head to the market to see what we can find. Fair winds, Prior Katrina. I have something to eat before you go. Let's eat the hamburger. Okay, now let's go talk to the captain. Privateer Katrina, you found a map to Ratchet's treasure. What a stroke of luck. Indeed. Are you familiar with this region? That's a complicated part. Those islands lie in treacherous waters and are nearly impossible to reach. It's the perfect place to hide a stockpile of priceless treasure. Those waters are riddled with reefs that would tear this ship apart. But although it's an extremely dangerous expedition, I am confident it's worth the risk. Then it's settled. If we can find that treasure, we have more than enough to outbid the Egyptians in Tortuga and gain control over the trade routes. Privateer Katrina, you'll need this if we are to navigate those waters. I'll make preparations to set sail and let you know when we are ready. Yes. Spyglass. So I can wear it here. Okay, let's find some whiskey for Rags. Oh, here's some. I can't pick it up yet. Here he goes. I think we're onto something, Katerina. If you can find Rags a decent bottle of whiskey, he may well accept Mary Reed as his captain. And that bottle you picked up is definitely liquor of some kind. Let's dust up that label and see if it's something we can use. Okay. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, let's look. Let's dust it. Whiskey it is. So this is a bottle of whiskey, Katrina. The Wobbly Sailor. That sounds right up Rags' alley. This whiskey should soften the blow when we tell Rags about his new captain. Let's accompany Mary Reed to break the news. Okay. Okay. Ahoy, crewman Rags. I bring you... What the devil are you doing here? I warned you this wasn't over. I'm here to declare a truce. And as the new captain of the Black Sparrow, I've got this bottle of poor Braxton's finest whiskey as a peace offering. The new captain? What are you on about? It's all Harry Blackbeard's deed of ownership. He believed it was in everyone's best interest that I take command of the Black Sparrow. And as captain, it's my job to look after the best interests of my crew. There's plenty more whiskey where that came from. Well, I guess if it's what the captain wanted. And I've never met a bottle of whiskey I didn't like. You're alright, Mary Reed. Welcome aboard the Black Sparrow, Captain. That went well. Going from nemesis to friends. We'll run to brief me about the Black Sparrow, Katerina. With Mary Reed at the helm, I believe the ship's in good hands. In spite of Blackbeard's murder, we prevented the region from plunging into a pirate war, making our passage through these waters somewhat smoother. Which is perfect because we found a map leading to Ratchet's lost treasure. And if we can find that, not only will it fulfill my childhood dreams, we'll also have enough money to outbid the Egyptian trading company at the Tortuga auction. This is it, Katrina. This is our chance to prevent the Tombies from gaining control of the trade routes and hijacking history itself. But we better be careful. Admiral might already be on our trail, and he won't like us interfering with his plans. Pardon me, Privateer Katrina, but we must pull up anchor now. There's a storm moving in, and we need to stay ahead of it. Batten down the hatches. We are setting sail for Ratchet's treasure. We're going... few hours later. When will this storm end, Katrina? We've been out here for hours and it's only getting worse. I don't know how long I can take these waves. Later. All hands on deck! All hands on deck! Bring down the mainsail! Captain, what's going on? We're in the middle of a hurricane. If we don't drop anchor now, we'll be blown off course. You must... Dear God. Reef! Reef! Swing hard to port! Hard to... Oh no, we crashed. Now we gotta find treasure and then later find out how we're going to get out of that island. Well, if the ship crashed and it's about to drown, then we gotta find another ship, I guess. Well, we are on an adventure, so I think we'll like it. Alright, we gotta stop here. We gotta continue playing case number 23 in Age of Sail. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video, and I'll see you again. Goodbye!